All right, what is good, everybody? We are going to be going over the previous month, right? I recently did a 30-day break-even phase on my YouTube channel, and I really wanted to make that video because, again, I wasn't focusing too much on my risk reward, and it took me a couple months to even figure that out and learn, right? Again, I'm growing as we are recording our journey on YouTube. I'm just being honest with everything I do. Again, I'm more of a patient and disciplined trader when it comes to trading, and I'm not focusing on getting quick payouts as quick as possible. I'm trying to be more disciplined and focus on slowly growing my accounts to getting them in a position where I can consistently take out money each month and then put that money towards a live account and so on and so forth, So again, the goal last year for me was to build up to 20 accounts. We did that last year, and again, we still have our 20 accounts. We recently had 30 accounts actually, but again, we went over that thing with Apex. I emailed them and everything, and you can't have more than 20 accounts activated, so I had 10 of them on the side, but those expired, so I ended up trying to going heavy on 10 of them because, again, regardless if I lost 10, I have 10 that I can reactivate, which I did, and we ended up doing that. And again, we restarted a couple accounts, right? So again, we still have 20 accounts. What I wanted to go over this month was to figure out my risk to reward system, right? I really need to focus on letting my trades run, target my 1 to 2 risk to rewards, being patient, waiting for setups, taking 1 to 2 trades every single day. Not every single day, but again, if I take one trade, I'm done. If I take one trade, let's say it's a loss, I have the opportunity to take another trade. I'm pretty good with sticking to those rules and follow the system. But again, I wanted to figure out a risk management system that works well for me, which is personally risking $200, $250 per trade. And again, I really wanted to let that play out this entire March to figure out if it's going to work best in my favor. And again, I know it's 1 month worth of data, but again, I'm going over the past 7-8 months worth of data, even a year worth of data, right? Because again, I need to fix that one little thing because I would build my accounts up, they'd go back to break even, I'd build my accounts up, get out of drawdown, and then they'd go back to break even when I was winning more than I was losing. And again, I really deep dived into my data and noticed that I really take partials early. I don't let my trades fully run. I don't let them do their whole entire thing, trusting my draws. And I really came to the conclusion this March to let this happen and figure that out and try this whole little series I did, the 30-day break-even series, and figure out how much more I do better based off of my data this month. And I think I did pretty good personally. We could see when we go over the data that, hey man, we only lost 3 trades this month in March. But we had a good start of the week, or the month actually, the first week, and then it was a break-even week basically. We lost a little bit of money. Again, we'll just go over that right now while I'm explaining this so it's not as complicated. But as we can see, the first week, we started off pretty good. 1.82K, 2.39K, 251. Again, we were letting our trades fully run, right? We can see on this day, we made $340 per account. On this day, we made around $358 per account. That's really what I want to start making money with on my accounts, right? I'm risking $200. I'm risking $250. I'm risking $180, right? But I'm making that 1 to 2 risk to reward, that 1 to 7, that 1 to 8, that 1 to 6. And that really helped my accounts go in more of a, let's say when we go on a win streak, it was straight up, right? But then when we take a loss, we could see this loss was the equivalent of this win, right? On Monday. But on this trade this day, I remember I only went in, I think, 1 micro or something like that, and we still hit a $258 trade because, again, I wasn't too confident in the trade, but it still ended up playing out. But again, we went in our full size on this one. We risked around 250, 260 on this trade. So even on a trade where we didn't even make a lot of money, we still targeted a 1 to 2 risk to reward with 1 micro, and we still made the same amount of what we lost on this trade down here. But again, when we let a full trade run out, right, we made $341 per account. We made $358 per account. That's an extra $100 or $150 on top of this loss, right? A normal loss right here, a normal size loss. This is as big as my losses can get, right? $250. But again, based off the risk to reward of how many contracts, I can't do $250 exact, right? Based on my stop loss was placed, it was $10 more, $5 on one account. And again, it's still pretty good risk to reward, right? I won't risk any more. I won't risk 300. I won't risk 400. I like staying in the range of 200 and 250, and that makes me comfortable to letting my trades run. So again, we let some trades run here. This one got stopped out at break even. This trading day, actually, as you can see, risk to reward, right? We lost a little bit more money on this day. We lost $291 per account. I didn't want to lose that. But again, based off where my stop loss was placed, I entered in 2 contracts. March was a little bit crazy, right? It was very volatile some days. But again, I tried my best to do 250 risk on this trade. It ended up being 291. So we ended up losing 1 trade, but we could see we went in the same position size, and we ended up making $374 per account, right? We outweighed our loss by a couple, I think it's like what, almost $100, and it shows you we ended up hitting a 1 to 2 profit risk to reward off of that with a loss, right? So again, we made a lot more on top, not a lot more, but we made more profit on top of that loss, even as you can see as an example on that. We're 50% profitable this day. 1 win, 1 loss. We started off with a loss. We saw an opportunity again to take that short because I was confident in doing it. We got stop rated, then we saw the opportunity again. We trusted it. We ended up taking it. We ended up making more profit on top of that. Again, even if we just had this win before, that would have been awesome. We took that loss, but then we trusted our system, we trusted our trade, and we let that trade fully play out. Ended up making profit on the day, right? Not a lot, we made profit. This trade was a break-even trade, as you could see. So we ended this week minus $534. Came into this day also, this was a break-even trade, right? Then we ended up not trading. We had a winning day here. I'm pretty sure we had our first TP hit, and then our second TP got stopped out at break-even on this day. And then coming into Friday, I cut this trade a little bit early, not letting it run to my full take profit. Because again, we would have made around $30 more per account. It would have been $300 per account, but it was Friday. I decided to take what I was given on that day, especially going break even. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row, not trading 2 days, and then winning trade. I was fine with that at the end of the day. Coming into the next week, we ended up hitting another break-even trade, basically. I ended up cutting this trade early, and then this trade also, we ended up getting stopped out with 1 micro. We did the similar thing here on this trade, but I was reducing my loss as this trade was running. We ended up getting stopped out and preventing a bigger loss, which is awesome. We only lost $56 per account on this day, so it was good risk management. But again, we ended up not trading. And then as we could see, where is April? I haven't traded yet so far. I missed out on an opportunity today also. But again, that's all right, right? So again, it's been 2 weeks since I've had a winning trade, which is fine. But again, it'll be mentally draining sometimes. But again, I want to go over my accounts that I have right now. Yeah, I've had these accounts a little bit longer, but like I said, I'm still figuring out what works best for me for my system, my risk to reward, all that stuff. And again, I'm focusing on slow and consistent growth so I can consistently take out profits on these accounts. I want to get them to 55,000 first before I request any profits and stuff like that, right? So again, we have 7 our accounts that are pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7, sorry. But we have 7 accounts that are really close to the drawdown. Some are like $500 or $600 away, $700 away, whatever it is. We're pretty close. But then on our other groups, we also have some that are in like the halfway range. We have some that are at 51,100, 50,500, 50,700, 50,700, 50,700, and then we also have 50,700 here. So that's another group I was trading. I was currently trading in March a group of 7, a group of 7, and a group of 6. But I'm personally going to switch over to a group of 10 and a group of 10. During April because I feel like I'm confident enough to do that right now. Trading all 20 was too much for me. Again, I'm not ready for that yet. So I'm just going to take my time and build these accounts. But again, we have these fresh accounts that we recently activated, right? So again, 50,000, 50,000, 50,000. We still got to build those up a little bit, but I haven't gotten to that group really yet. We traded, I think these accounts were on drawdown when we first started March. These were the first accounts I started on, and then we ended up winning a couple trades, getting them back up, and then I ended up just trying to go to these other accounts, which we did, and we ended up doing pretty good, making $1,000 profit per account on these accounts. So again, which is pretty good. So we still have, holy shit, excuse me. We still have plenty of room. We have plenty of drawdown on these accounts. Yeah, we're still in like the $2,000 range on some of them, and we're also at like $2,300 or $2,400 drawdown on our highest accounts. But again, we're getting there pretty slowly, and we're just going to do the right things and keep compounding over time. So no trades in March. April. But in March, you could see winning week, losing week, winning week, losing week, right? My losses were way smaller than my wins, and I really like that. And we could see how my accounts have been, right? We've been growing them, we got them back up, and then they go back to break even. We build them up a little bit, they go back a little bit of drawdown, and then as you can see, letting our trades do its thing and doing it, our equity curve is just freaking going up how it should be. Moving in like higher highs and higher lows, if that makes sense. We're just going to keep taking our time. I really like the trades we took this month. The only one I really don't like is this one. We risked a little bit too much on this trade, but again, based off the stop loss, I just entered in 2 micros on that. Again, the stop loss was a little bit higher than I wanted it to be, but I have to respect my stop loss. I wanted to enter in 2 contracts. I entered it. I accepted it. And it didn't play out in the first trade, but we didn't panic. We didn't do anything. We ended up taking the second trade, letting it run completely, and we ended up making more profit than we did on this loss. But regardless, what I could really give advice on, and again, this is just me trying to give advice based off of the experience of my journey, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'm never going to be somebody that's going to act like they know every single thing. What I would like to say is letting your trades run, personally for me, is one of the hardest things. Trusting your system, trusting your draws and liquidity, trusting your risk to reward, being okay with your risk if you go on multiple losing trades. That's the part where I'm currently dealing with, and I've been dealing with for the past couple years now, right? But again, we are very close to getting a payout again. Last time we did this, it was like a year ago. We had a $35,000 payout. and I blew it in the last day, right? So again, I really don't think that's going to happen this time. I'm a way better trader than I was a year ago, but we're just going to get the process. We're going to do the right things. We're going to stick to our system. We're going to follow our rules. We're going to follow our risk, and we're going to let our trades fully play out, the risk to reward and everything like that. We're going to manage them as best as we can. And I really think that's going to be our next step in trading, and we're going to show that this year, right? My end goal of this year is to get all 20 of those accounts at least to the drawdown cap, right? If I can make them all to 55,000, that would be my overall yearly goal, which would be amazing, which is very possible, right? And then I want to start requesting like $500 per account and stuff like that. So that's $10K a month. That's a lot of money to get started and moving. And just doing that consistently over time and doing the right things and building these accounts as much as we can. So overall, I think we did very good this month, even though March was a little bit of a challenging month for other people. And for me personally, it was. But I think the best thing that I did this month was following my rules, being patient, waiting for my setups, not getting emotional if I missed setups or missed opportunities and stuff like that. Like, for example, that happened today, but I didn't enter the market again because I didn't see another opportunity to take another trade. And sometimes you'll miss an opportunity. The market will retrace, give you another entry, and you can take another trade. But again, some days you're going to miss opportunities. Some days you're going to be glad that you missed your opportunities, that you held out on trades, because then it would go right to your stop loss. That happened multiple times this month where I didn't take a trade. I wasn't comfortable taking it. There was something telling me I don't want to take this, and people would get stopped out right away. And I feel like that's why March was so difficult, because there was a lot of fake outs, and there was a lot of setups that weren't playing out when they were good setups, you know. But again, I think we did good this month. Regardless of win, lose, break even, regardless of making 10K in the month, right? We made 9.2K, which is pretty cool. But again, that doesn't matter at the end of the day. We're starting a new month. You got people who are making 10,000 a trade, risking 10,000 a trade, making 20,000 a trade, which is insane. There's always going to be a bigger fish in life and in trading. And again, I just want to keep going on my journey and keep growing slowly. So we had close to a 10K month, which is awesome. But it's a new month now. We're going to come into the new month focusing on our system, trusting our overall game plan, trusting our draws, letting our trades play out to the best of our ability, and just accepting that risk as much as we can and putting that in our brain that, hey, dude, you place this trade, this is the risk you're going to take. The only thing that is stopping you right now is over trading, crashing out, over risking, doing the wrong things, taking 2 losses and trying to take another trade. Like, you're going to have losing days, you're going to have losing months, you're going to have losing weeks, right? That's part of trading. And it's easier said than done because it is very aggravating. And it's even aggravating not even taking a winning trade in 2 weeks, which we haven't, right? But we still ended the month very profitable, which is cool. But again, we got to focus on the long term and stop with this fake stuff that you see on social media that it takes 30 days to become profitable. It takes 30 days to get a payout. You should be getting a payout in 30 days. You should be getting a payout in a couple months. I just feel like that stuff is not healthy, especially for the newer traders, because personally it wasn't healthy for me. I would try and rush it and get it as quick as possible, and we've seen people do it. I've seen it myself. You can get lucky and get payouts with just rushing the process, right? But the main goal that I'm trying to come with here is being consistent, consistently getting payouts and stuff like that, and consistently growing these accounts and consistently keeping my accounts alive. And that is the hardest thing to do, and that's what I'm trying to figure out right now, because you see traders come and go in this space, and I've seen it over the past 6 years. I'm not saying I've been the best trader, but again, I've been in this game for 6 years. The past 3 years, when I left my sport to become a trader, is when I really started to lock in, right? But I've seen people even come and go in the past 3 years being called scammers, being called people who can't even trade because they show the payouts that they get because they rush the process and they're gambling. And I've been in people's discords and stuff like that where even I've watched them trade live and thought they were good traders, and then in reality, the trader I am now, I can see that they were gamblers and they're over risking and they're just trying to pass things as quick as possible and show big payouts as quick as possible. And again, that gets people's attention on social media, but the slow and consistent part doesn't. But I truly think the slow, patient, consistent part of trading is the hardest thing to learn, and it's what keeps people alive to be able to do this for a lifetime. It's not constant stress of over risking, over trading, trying to get payouts as quick as possible. No, I want to build these accounts. If I can build PA accounts like we are right now and consistently growing those accounts over time, like our equity curves going up and down, creating higher highs and higher lows, right? Over a year's worth of data, right? If we can do that, you can grow live accounts. Imagine if you had $1 million account, a $5 million account, when you get to that point and you can stay consistent and stick to a risk management system and slowly grow month after month after month instead of rushing the process and hitting big trades and getting emotional and stressing out if you're going to hit a trade or not. I really think that's unhealthy in the trading game, personally, based off of my experience and the way I think. But again, trading is something that just takes time, and I'm going to show that. It's going to take time, right? But my goal is to be consistently getting payouts by the end of this year. Not next month, not this month. I don't care who you are or what you say about me, saying it's taking me forever to get payouts and stuff like that. This stuff takes time, and I'm focusing on being consistently profitable and building up who I am as a trader, as a person, controlling my emotions, my psychology, my risk management, my trades, trusting in my beliefs as a trader of what I think the market's going to do. All that stuff. It's my journey, not yours. You do whatever you're going to do. And I'm going to focus on what I'm doing and what's working for me and what shows what's working for me in my data, right? We can see what is working for me in my data, right? What is stopping me? Recently, it was my risk management. It was my risk to reward. It was all that stuff because, again, I'd get emotional and I'd want to rush the process and get there as quick as possible. But we're very close to being there. We've seen how quick we can grow accounts within a month if we just have a good month, right? But worst case scenario, if we have a bad month, our risk to reward is going to be good now because we understand how to do that. And we've seen it. I've seen it live just with 1 month of even March. It wasn't the best price action, but we still did well because of our risk to reward, our winning trades. We didn't take a shit ton of trades, right? We only took on one day, we only took 2 trades. Out of the whole entire month, one day we took 2 trades, and that's it. Every other day was 1 trade, either 1 win or 1 break even or 1 loss, and that's it. I didn't feel comfortable to see another trade just because how the market I was moving, and again, we just stayed disciplined, followed our rules, followed our system, and we're going to do that from here on out like we were supposed to because I believe we're a very disciplined trader. I feel like I'm a very disciplined trader, and that's what's going to separate me from most people. I'm honest. I show the real reality of this. I'm not rushing the process, and I'm just trying to get better every single day and show that on social media so I could be transparent for when it does happen. You guys have somebody that you can watch and trust and just see the overall slow, consistent, steady growth that it takes to get there. And I truly believe we are. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, okay? So hopefully this video helps out. Again, you can go back and watch the whole entire 30-day series. I literally made a video the day before that we were going to start it. It's day 1 or something like that. Go watch that if you wanted to see my rule system, my risk to reward, and all that stuff. But again, pretty simple. I'm not going to be trading 20 accounts at once. It's too much stress for me. I don't want to paper trade 20 accounts anymore. I'm not there yet. I want my accounts to be in a good position to do that. This month coming into April, I'm going to go 2 groups, a group of 10 and a group of 10, and we're going to see how we do. We're going to see how we feel. In March, I did 3 groups, a group of 7, a group of 7, and a group of 6. And that worked really well. But again, some accounts I didn't really trade at all that month, and that's what I didn't like because I don't trade a lot. So again, I don't want to get caught with Apex with the 30-day where my accounts aren't traded for 30 days and get stuck getting those accounts deactivated and stuff like that. So again, we're going to go 10 and 10 this month. We're going to see how we do. And again, I believe if we just show up, follow our system, regardless if we win, lose, break even, I don't care. We're going to follow our rules, follow our system, follow our risk, let our trades run, trust our draws and liquidity, trust our beliefs, and the rest is going to figure itself out at the end of the day, and we're going to trust that. And if it doesn't, what do? We journal, we go back, we look at our data like I did coming in before March and before that, and study myself, and we're just going to study and get better over time, and that's all we can do, right? 23 years old, we've got plenty of time. We got next year, we got the year after that, we got plenty of time to start making a lot of money in trading, and I believe once you start doing it, it takes off. Just about the people I've watched, like it just... Once you start figuring out who you are and what you are and your system in trading, that's when the future is just, you could do whatever you want. It's just going to take time, right? It's just going to take time. So hopefully this video helps. I appreciate everyone who's liked and subscribed to the channel. We made 9.2K this month. We showed it in March. Again, we haven't taken any trades in April, but that's really it. I'm here to show the truth, the real reality of my journey. If you want to join the waitlist in the Discord, it is still private down below. We only have like 240 people in it right now, but I'm going to be posting my stuff on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Follow me on there. Again, we still haven't blown up on social media yet, but we're going to keep doing our thing, keep posting our videos. And again, we've got some cool stuff coming in the future, I believe, right? We're going to see what happens. And again, trading, boxing, social media. That's the main goals at the end of my life term, right? We'll see if we can do it. I believe we can. And it's just a matter of time. So hopefully this helps, guys. I appreciate everybody's like and subscribed. I'm going to shut up because I could talk all day. And we'll edit this video and get it posted up. All right, peace out.